Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And I gotta start with this from King Karan. You are not waiting for XRP to pump. You are positioning for the largest wealth transfer of our generation. Your future home, your children's education, your family's freedom. It's already on its way. Hold the line. I always tell people when you buy XRP, you're not just buying another cryptocurrency. You're buying an important piece to the new financial system. You're buying the future world's bridge currency. Every single country is going to have their own stablecoin at some point, and they're all going to need a bridge. We are holding the bridge. And that's why I always tell people once you buy XRP, you need to figure out what you're holding. It's not just about buying it and waiting for the price to go up and then selling it off. If you truly understand this cryptocurrency, you never are going to sell it. You're never going to want to sell it. One of the biggest things people still underestimate about ISO 222 utility cryptos is this. Many of these ecosystems are not trying to destroy each other. They're building infrastructure that can work together. None of these cryptocurrencies were ever fighting with each other. They're all going to connect inside of the new financial system. I don't know, for some reason they left IOTA out of this infograph. And IOTA is going to be a giant. It's going to be a monster. Just wait until we see the rise of smart cities and smart homes, Industry 4.0. IOTA is so overlooked right now. Later, people are going to be chasing it. But you see what they're built to do. XRP was always bank to bank, XLM person to person, XDC, trade finance, QNT, the glue holding the entire system together. HBAR, enterprise infrastructure and governance. HBAR is also getting involved with CBDCs as well. Algo, scalable blockchain, and CBDC solutions. ADA, smart contracts, and identity solutions. Now, these other ones that are listed here, I think ZBEC will probably be part of ISO. Flare is a given. That will be part of the new financial system. Link is another one. Evernote, Corium. I don't know too much about Corium. I've never really looked at it. But here's what I know. The initial 8 cryptocurrencies that were always going to be tied to ISO 222, if you really want to hold what's going to move all the money, those core 8 cryptocurrencies are going to be what moves all the money. It was never just one cryptocurrency moving it all, like with XRP. XRP is going to move a hell of a lot of money, but so is XLM and XDC and so on. Every cycle has this phrase, the funeral. Crypto is dead. Alts are dead. Nobody cares anymore. Everyone moved to stocks. Same movie, different actors. I've been through enough cycles now to know one thing. Human nature does not change. People leave when it's boring. They come back when candles start printing. Then they come back harder when their friends start making money. The only real debate is not whether euphoria returns. It will. The debate is what version we get. Do we get a 23-24 style run? Honestly, you got to look back to 2017, 2018, 2021. When this market starts to break out, the game changer in the next run up is the fact that institutional money, for the first time ever, is going to be involved in this run up. And that's why when people always cite previous runs and market cap and so on, I just laugh it off because you don't realize how big this is actually going to be. There's going to be trillions upon trillions of dollars flowing into this space very soon. But crypto and alts are not dead. Alts didn't die in 2018. Alts didn't die in 2022. They won't die in 2026 either. Those who have patience will be rewarded heavily. The narrative right now is alt season's not coming and that this cycle's over and now we all gotta wait until 2028. But the reality is this: there's way too many catalysts for XRP to not run up inside of 2026. It all starts with clarity and the rise of tokenization. Those ETFs are still going to be very game changing. We have not seen any value come from that yet because the ETF filers are buying over on over the counter desk and dark pools. When they turn to the exchanges, you better be holding XRP. Then there's ISO 222. We have not seen value come from that yet either. That is still coming because for the first time in history, you're going to see crypto inside of Swift messaging. And all it takes is a cryptocurrency to be listed within the message. So that's how you will see XRP involved inside of messaging, XLM involved, and so on. Ripple is in fact taking over Swift. Wait, what? You gotta hear this clip.
What did they do with it? It's just debt. It's debt based. Every dollar in your pocket is an IOU.
Yeah.
And we need to get away from that. And I think that's what Trump is implementing. We're going to have, on the surface, he's a crypto-friendly chairman. I think it's possible that, the ridiculous national debt of the United States, which I can't remember the exact figure, but I think it's 30 trillion, something ridiculous. That can get wiped out in a heartbeat. And I think it already has happened. I think we mentioned this on a previous show. In my opinion, XRP has replaced the Swift system 5 or 6 years ago, or at least running parallel. And I told you before, I noticed that because of the international pay.
Did you hear what he just said? He believes that Ripple replaced Swift 5 years ago, or is at least running parallel with Swift right now. I'm going to let him finish.
Payments that I was doing were happening super quick.
Right.
Whereas they used to take, because I had an international business and I noticed these things and how quick the money comes in and out. And I think it was at least tested if it's not running parallel, if it's not already replaced it.
So 5 years ago, he believes this happened. So what happens? Why is the price of XRP not sitting at $1,000 if that has already happened? Maybe it's because a lot of the banks are still in the testing phase, and maybe it's only happening at a very small level right now. Boom, XRP glitch, $10,000 plus per XRP on almost every crypto exchange. Now, this happened in 2021. And I always said that when these glitches happen, it's like getting a peek behind the curtain. Maybe these are the prices that the banks came to an agreement on a long time ago. Arthur Brito even said XRP was built to be a $10,000 plus cryptocurrency. But every once in a while, this continues to happen. But back in 2021, you've seen it reflected on almost every single crypto exchange. People really don't talk about that today. Glitches, they come and go. But why does it only happen for XRP? Because the banks are testing XRP. That's just my opinion on that. So when is this whole $10,000 XRP thing happening? If it's going to happen, I think it happens 2030. But I think by 2028, we will see a 4-digit XRP. Possibly 5 digits. I really don't know. I just think we're going to see the rise of the new financial system then. So if XRP isn't at $10,000 after the rise of the new financial system, it will be shortly after, as all these banks and all these tokenized assets continue to come on chain. But we will have a better timeline once we see what happens with tokenization later this year. Connect the pieces. Jerome Powell said global currencies run by private companies would face the highest regulatory scrutiny. The SEC sued XRP and Ripple. Lawsuit ended, and both got full legal clarity. Now, the new Fed, Kevin Warsh, has previously co-authored a paper proposing XRP as a liquidity instrument. Coincidence? I think not. You ever wonder why there's 100 billion XRP? Well, Brad told us why a long time ago. Take a listen.
Well, so when XRP was created, this actually was created before Ripple existed. The creators of XRP decided there'd be 100 billion units because they saw it as rather than having a smaller number with a very high price, they saw it as something they wanted to be effectively a global reserve currency.
They wanted it to be a global reserve currency. Now, I always looked at it as the world's bridge currency, bridging everything together from one country to another. But that's why they created 100 billion XRP. I always said maybe 100 billion isn't enough for a population of 8 billion plus people. But that number is why. And people right now, what are they saying? Well, look at XLM's breaking out because there's less XLM than there is XRP. There's a specific number of XRP for a reason. Somebody sat down and did the math on this multiple times, and they said that it had to be 100 billion. But that's why. Treasury Secretary confirms no CBDC will ever exist. I encourage the House and Senate to get Clarity Act done. Take a listen.
So this administration has been very clear. There will be no central bank digital currency, which I think would be the first step toward tracking. So we have taken that off the table. We've passed stablecoin legislation with bipartisan, and the Clarity Act is now up on the hill, and I think it has bipartisan support. And the most important thing we can do is to make digital assets come into the United States, make the U.S. the home. Our regulation, our best practices are what will ensure good standards for these. When you look at digital assets, all the nonsense that happens, all the things you read about, that's because it's the wild, wild west offshore, so we got to bring it on shore. So I would encourage the House and the Senate to get clarity done.
They need to get the Clarity Act done. That has to happen. But when he talks about a central bank digital currency, I laugh when they say that. Oh, we're not going to have a central bank digital currency because of tracking and tracing and so on. But a stable coin is no different. You could program a stable coin. It could be set to expire after a period of time. You could use it just to buy certain things if they want it to be utilized that way. There's no difference between a stable coin and a CBDC. And it sounds great when they push this on the mainstream media news because most people outside of crypto will never do their homework on this. They're like, oh, we're going to have a stable coin, not a CBDC, but they're one and the same. It's just who issues it. Trump administration moves to put President Trump on a new $250 bill. And I said, you need a $250 bill since the U.S. dollar isn't worth anything. The $100 bill already was replaced by the $20 bill as buying power continues to drop due to inflation. You know, everything you buy now, it's like you go to the grocery store, you walk out with 2 bags of groceries, and it costs you $100. Nothing is $20 anymore when you go shopping for anything. But this is why I always tell people, sure, you might be discouraged by the price movement on XRP, but wait until XRP breaks out. And when it does break out, don't be in such a hurry to trade your XRP for US dollars, because US dollars will continue to lose value. XRP will continue up in value. But like I always tell you, until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.